2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Milwaukee Bucks at their home, BMO Harris Bradley Center. Well, for Milwaukee, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. You talk about explosive players in the NBA, and few are as explosive as the man we'll see tonight, Jabari Parker. He can power his way through a defense and embarrass you at the rim.
What do you think, Shaq?
Well, he has great stride, length going at the rim. Allows him to cover ground. He's strong enough to shrug off any contact. Looks really, really good out there. I'm glad he's healthy.
Are you paying attention?
I thought you was going to Kenny first because you was looking at him.
No, I was going to you first. I was kind of looking you off, but I thought you would.
He couldn't catch the no-look pass.
No, I would have hit you right square in the nose if that had been a basketball. Anyway, we're talking about Jabari Parker, weren't we?
Yeah, nothing could slow this guy down. I mean, I love the fact that he's healthy, the fact that he can get to the rim. The reason he can, because he can shoot that jump shot. So you got to play up close. He goes by you and finishes at the rim.
Look out.
No look.
Look out.
Hit him in the head again.
Kevin Harlan, we're ready for the tip.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Happy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat, it's the NBA. We're glad to get spooky with you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. We should have a fan favorite here tonight. Two fast break teams, lots of highlight reel plays. Doris, what can either side do to try and slow down the other?
Well, both teams love to take turnovers and turn them into highlight reel dunks. So one, you've got to take high quality shots, take care of the basketball, make sure you're getting good shots every trip, Kev.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
So the Bucks win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside it's Patterson and Adams. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's George in at the small forward. Now here's Westbrook, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Adams with the screen on Antetokounmpo. And it's George missing. On defense, Oklahoma City outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
Patterson can't get it to go. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
You know, both teams are competitive, but not necessarily playing yet at a championship level. And part of what makes this battle so intriguing is how close they are.
there's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. They set the pick. Parker with no one around. They get it back. Brogdon got a piece of it.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
And yes, it's good.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Monroe sets a screen for Parker. Off the pick. That shot off. And the Thunder going the other way now. Down low. Stolen by Brogdon. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Middleton. Misses off the left iron.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And Westbrook throws it down hard.
Kevin, how fast does Russell Westbrook get off the ground? Defender, you're in trouble.
Here's Brogdon.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Antetokounmpo against George. Back to Parker. Got a hand on it, and they get it back. Monroe's shot is good. The Thunder leading by 3. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Westbrook against Brogdon. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. Westbrook, no good. The Bucks shooting in the early going here. Pretty dreadful, 22%. Middleton can't get it to go.
At some point, he has to stop shooting. How is this helping his team?
Stolen by Middleton. Westbrook against Brogdon. It's Parker, top of the key. Fires from deep. Parker with another miss.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
Inside, here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
You can see Russell Westbrook building the confidence of his teammates, fires it to them when they're open.
Bucks trail by 5. Brogdon the pass to Parker. To the inside, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Outside, George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
But you got to love the passion of Paul George. He plays with his heart. I mean, this guy is a standout player who has the drive to be an all-time great.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
So he gets them both. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pick.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Here's Robertson. He kicks to Adams. Back to Robertson. Outside Westbrook. Sinks the triple. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And here is Brogdon. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Now the pass to Parker. Shot from 12. It's tipped.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot. Well below 50% from the field in this period.
It's Westbrook with...
Unbelievable. My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Monroe, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
Free throw good by Parker. Well, Greg, the Bucks can be a fearsome defense when things are clicking.
And the Bucks will do it with several approaches. I mean, great numbers in terms of steals and blocks. They force a lot of turnovers with their pressure and ball hawking skill. It's just a matter of when the offense can catch up to the defense.
And Parker drops them both. And here now the Thunder. 6-point game. Westbrook kicks to Adams. He dishes it to George. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 6. Oklahoma City leading by 6. George sets a screen for Westbrook. And Robertson has it in the corner. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, you talk about the very definition of what a defensive specialist is, Doris, and that is Andre Robertson.
Right. What you love about Robertson is he can match up with multiple positions on the defensive end. One thing you worry about, obviously, is teams when he is on the offensive end, they're going to give him a lot of shots because he's yet to prove he can consistently knock those down.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Doris, so many players do tend to shy away from contact, but which players, in your opinion, really love the physical aspect of the game, really helps their game?
Well, let's go old school. And the ground and pound game of Zach Randolph. The guy doesn't have an inch in terms of his vertical jump, but has managed to be well into his 2nd decade in the NBA. For me, Zach, Zebo doing work on the box, a thing of beauty.
Bucks trail by 7. Here's Liggins. He's covered by Grant. Dellavedova with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. And Robertson has it in the corner, out left of the wing. Now here's Felton. He's guarded closely. Pass to Eustace. 6 on the shot clock. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Eustace has got his first points of the game.
Amazing recognition by Felton. Sees the wide open man, sends it on time and on target.
The Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Now here's Teletovic. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Felton the pass to Grant. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's an 11-point Thunder lead.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
You think about what Coach Billy Donovan has had to deal with in terms of his roster makeup in his tenure in Oklahoma City. You begin with Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Then you lose both those guys after your first year. And now you add Paul George. Through it all, Billy has been able to keep this team competitive.
Alex Abrinas has checked in for Andre Robertson. Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Liggins kicks to Snell. There's the pick. Shot off the screen. It's hauled in by Collison. And for Donovan, he came into a situation where success was expected. Not easy for a college transition coach. But at this point, he has overachieved.
Well, you certainly think that Billy Donovan deserves a ton of credit for the Thunder's success last season. Without Kevin Durant, the team easily could have fallen out of the playoff picture, but this guy helps the team move to a different style on offense and continue to keep the team competitive.
Now, here's Grant. Back to Felton. Passes to Abrinas. Here's Eustace. Over to Ledovich. Again, Oklahoma City.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Bucks trail by 13. Now here is Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Snell. Now here is Dellavedova. He's covered by Felton. Offensive rebound to Ledovich. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Abrinas the pass to Eustace. Here's Abrinas. Eustace kicks to Felton. And it's Grant in the corner. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by Snell.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Here's Maker. Ledovich dishes to Dellavedova. Stolen by Collison. Felton the pass to Abrinas. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
That one is no good. Bucks trail by 14. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, endorsed some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many. 90% on the year.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Of course, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball and women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two, if anything?
Well, I think there are a number of differences. The primary one being athleticism is slowly starting to take shape and more dictate the outcome. of success in women's basketball, whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, I think, really, you can see fundamentals so strong.
You can, Kevin, and I think what helped the women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Thibault, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point. Here's Eustace. The rebound by the Bucks. 1:22 left in the first quarter. To the inside, here's Liggins. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Now Felton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Abrinas. 6 on the shot clock. No good with the triple. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Milwaukee has possession. Down by 12. The feed to Dellavedova. Kicks to Snell. Just 5 on the clock. The dish now to Maker. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Dellavedova.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Here's Abrinas. Count it. Good. Abrinas has got 5 points so far.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
There's a screen. Three-pointer, Toledovich. The shot misses. And so it's Oklahoma City sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
In that opening quarter, I don't know that you could ask for much more.
They've been simply outstanding, Greg, and let's see if they can build off this early lead.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Eustace is out there with Grant. Then there's Felton. Then there's Nick Collison, and it's Abrinas in at the 2. Felton kicks to Grant. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got 3 assists in the game. And here is Dellavedova. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the basket by Maker.
I'll tell you, he doesn't always get enough credit for it, but Toledovich becoming more aware as a passer.
They set the pick. Abrinas the pass to Collison. And the pass to Eustace. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now here's Felton. Here's Abrinas. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Taken away by Felton. Pass to Eustis. Over to Ledovich. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Dellavedova with the ball. Here's the screen. Dishes to Liggins. They get it again. Snell makes it off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Felton, defended by Dellavedova. Felton dishes to Grant. Collison inside. He feeds it to Felton, and the basket is good. Felton has got his first basket of the night.
Well, with that frame, outstanding strength by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. A different look for Oklahoma City. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Antetokounmpo against George. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Shot clock at 5. Screen by Monroe for 3. Brogdon. And again, the Bucks miss.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
Well, you know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection. Boy, great fade away. That's nice touch with a lot of traffic around him.
Monroe with a screen on George, and it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. A second chance effort, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Roberson. They set the pick. Adams, the pass to George. Takes the 13-footer. Again, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a must that you contest Paul George, especially from the mid-range. This is a dominant shooter from there.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Roberson, great D that time for Middleton. Bucks trail by 13. And it's Parker at the elbow. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season. 6th in blocks, 11th in steals. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Westbrook. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Roberson can't hit.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now Westbrook, after Chris Middleton missed from long range. Westbrook kicks to George. Patterson, the screen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Paul George, the 10th overall pick in 2010 out of Fresno State. I'm not sure anyone realized, Doris, he'd be this good when he first got into the league.
No, you make a great point, Kev, because the physical tools were there, but his work ethic to keep adding layers to his game has been truly a thing to watch. This guy's got a chance to win league MVP before it's all said and done.
That free throw good from George.
And you look at the Bucks and this roster, and the one constant at every position, length. I mean, great height and wingspan. Giannis and Maker, just to name a few.
And George drops them both. And when so much of the NBA is trying to capitalize, Greg, on small ball, the Bucks said they're going to go for tall ball if they can make it work.
And what the length and height gives the Bucks is a few things. One, you get matchup advantages at least at a few positions on the floor. Great coverage in the passing lanes. And remember now, the half court is much bigger because of the impact of the three-point shot. You need size, skill, and activity to be able to guard that far from the basket.
Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Greg Monroe. And George kicks to Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Bucks trail by 11. Passes it to Brogdon. Out to the wing. There's Parker with the three. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got his third assist on the night. George dishes to Westbrook. Westbrook missing again.
Boy, I'll tell you, still looking for that first three of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Middleton. Monroe controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Westbrook, and he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 11 points.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Brogdon kicks to Parker. Inside, here's Middleton, and Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Outside Westbrook. Back to George. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. It's Westbrook with the drive. Here's Parker. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Westbrook passes to Roberson. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, we know Russell Westbrook is always going to share the basketball. Incredible watching him find the holes in the defense.
The Thunder have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
Boy, guys, how about the offseason the Oklahoma City Thunder had? The acquisition of Paul George, one of the elite two-way players in the game, now playing alongside Russell Westbrook. Look out, everybody.
Now here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. Turnaround Jay. And the shot falls short this time. Bucks trail by 8. Here's Parker. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Parker's got 11 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And another basket for Milwaukee.
The point forward skills of Giannis, another aspect of his great versatility, which is so maddening to try and defend.
Now here's Adams. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
You know, couple that with the 4 big blocks. He was awesome on the defensive end as well.
The offensive rebound. And Adams with the slam.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Now here's Brogdon. 9 points last game out. Bangs home the trifecta. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Roberson. He's got 6. Westbrook kicks to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, this is why Adams is such a high percentage shooter. If he gets close to the rim, he's going to finish with authority.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had 22 points in the win against Atlanta.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Well, Westbrook's shot is so quick. Really doesn't hesitate for a single second from downtown.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And of course, nor is it early, but for teams with a lot of new faces, how long should it reasonably take for everything to start to come together?
Well, I think obviously some of that is contingent on, one, do you have your health at the start? Are there any minutes restrictions on players who might have had some off-season surgeries? There are so many things that go into how quickly a team can come together. Have you added significant pieces that will affect and take time to incorporate them into the system? But usually, Kevin, I would say by about Christmas is when teams start to get real about now we need to be all about chemistry and building momentum as we kind of march toward that all-star break.
And Doris, they always kind of look at games coaches do or sections of the schedule in groups of 20 or groups of 10 and say, you know, by the time we get to game 30, our guys have got to be at this level. I mean, do you notice that too when you talk to coaches?
That's a great point. I think the best way to do it is to break it into 20-game stretches, because you're basically saying we're at the quarter turn, we're at the half turn. And obviously, the closer you get to April, boy, the intensity ramps up drastically.
And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
Well, Felton's so smooth with that jumper, leaves the floor quickly and releases it in no time.
Now here's Maker. Back to Dellavedova. Looking to end the run. Felton with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Good on the three-point shot.
You know, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Dellavedova kicks to Maker. Back to Dellavedova. Just 5 to shoot. Teletovic the screen. Puts up a 3. Hustis grabs the board.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Pass to Collison. And a missed layup.
Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
And so we conclude the first half. Oklahoma City out in front as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers. And I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Here's Westbrook. The kick out to Adams. George up top. 5 to shoot. The 3. He's off on that one. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Parker against Patterson. Parker dishes to Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to Monroe. Back to Middleton from 17 feet out. Good. Middleton's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Milwaukee. Here's the screen. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Patterson setting the pick for Adams. Westbrook dishes to Patterson. Milwaukee with the rebound. Parker's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the pass to Brogdon. Back to Parker. Middleton on the wing for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision-making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Parker passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Monroe. And Adams sends it back. And they'll keep possession. They recover it. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Monroe. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
I think one of the things at the top of the list in this timeout discussion has got to be the amount of room they're giving him to operate. You've got to get more bodies on him to try to disrupt his rhythm.
And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Westbrook.
And you like what they are doing from deep. The three-point shot has been there, and they are taking full advantage. Having that threat from outside also playing a factor in how well they are able to cause the defense to shift, opening up the lane and their mid-range game as well.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 9 points for Greg Monroe. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Outside, George. Out to the right wing. And Roberson kicks to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots. The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Patterson passes to Roberson. From outside, off the mark. Bucks trail by 15. Here's Parker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And a big story for the Bucks team is that they are slated to play their last season here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And then starting in 2018, they'll be playing next door at what should be a beautiful complex.
Yeah, and it was part of the plan to keep the Bucks happy and playing here in Milwaukee. Goal is to have the venue act as a new centerpiece for the downtown district, and it seems like a fantastic place to build a state-of-the-art NBA arena.
Westbrook against Brogdon. The 3 from George. And Adams kicks to George. Over onto Antetokounmpo. That doesn't go either for George.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
Here's Roberson. He has 6.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Parker passes to Brogdon. Back to Parker. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Monroe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And there's the feed to Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Boy, what about last season for Russell Westbrook? Not only the numbers he put up, but the jaw-dropping plays he delivered. And he helped this Thunder team to a season where many thought they'd be out of the playoff picture. He gets them into the playoffs. Incredible journey.
2.
The first free throw is good. And for Westbrook, you have to look at his season in a historical context. It was so great. Doris, his contributions to his team in every facet of the offense and how much his team depended on him from start to finish.
You're correct, Kevin. And it's not just the average of a triple-double, right? It went beyond that. It was his competitive spirit and a willingness to absorb the loss of an all-time great player, put his team on his back, and get them back to the playoffs. Truly incredible. You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turned the NBA upside down with that feat.
Kicks it to Middleton. The three. Cans it from downtown. Middleton's got 10.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Now George, 10 points for him. Over to the wing. Here's Roberson. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. He's got 8. And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the two of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already 4th on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
Now the dish to Patterson. Outside, George. No good on the triple.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking it.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
Oklahoma City leading by 12. Patterson dishes to Westbrook. Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Akers checked in for Monroe. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, just the ability to have the kind of vision that Paul George has, exceptional at getting his teammates the basketball.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Pass to Maker. Back to Antetokounmpo. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Oklahoma City's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Abrinas, and he makes good on the layup. Abrinas has got 7.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Felton the pass to George. Here's Eustace. Antetokounmpo defending, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
A different look for Milwaukee. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Parker. And it's DeAndre Liggins in for Antetokounmpo. And then for Oklahoma City, Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. And it's Jeremy Grant in for Paul George. Abrinas, no good on the 3. Bucks trail by 12. Here's Snell. Dishes it to Maker. Back to Snell. Maker kicks to Teletovic. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, I really like the decision Teletovic makes here, just taking what the defense giving him.
And here is Felton. He's got 7. The kick out to Collison. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Dellavedova. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Felton with the ball. Passes it to Eustace. There's the screen. Abrinas kicks to Eustace. He feeds it to Collison. Clock at 4. Here's Grant. Rebounded by Snell. Snell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now here is Dellavedova. Feeds it to Snell. Off the screen. Here's Maker. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That free throw good from Maker.
Well, if you think back to last season, guys, the narrative was that Russell Westbrook had 0 help on this roster. To be completely honest, I thought it was unfair to the pieces that were around Russell Westbrook and the job they did playing their roles to exactly the standard this organization wanted.
Pass to Snell. He kicks it to Teletovic. Here's Dellavedova. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now just a 3-point Thunder lead.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Here's Abrinas. And Maker sends it back. There's 1:47 left to play in the third. And it's Dellavedova missing.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Felton kicks to Eustace. Tries to snap the cold streak. Felton can't get it to go. Buck shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Now here is Dellavedova. D right on him. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Collison's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Eustace. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, listen, Felton, an outstanding ball handler. He sees the floor well, zips a pass to his guys.
The pass to Liggins. Teletovic the screen. Here's the teardrop. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Liggins.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Outside, Felton. He dishes it to Grant. There's the screen. Shoots the 3. Felton can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Snell, that's good.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And you love the heart, the fire they've shown here. Let's see if they can keep up this level of tenacity.
Milwaukee with the rebound. Maker's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. For the lead, Snell, no good.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound. Don't get in an early pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take. All 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls, you can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. They've got Felton. Eustace is out there with Nick Collison. Then there's Grant, and it's Abrinas in at the 2 spot. Outside, Felton. To the paint. Wants to get it to Collison and does. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
That's good from Collison. Bucks trail by 3. Dellavedova with the ball. Now Felton defending. Teletovic the screen. And Liggins kicks to Dellavedova. They get it back. Snell. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Off the screen, and he slams it one-handed.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
Liggins, no good. The Thunder leading by 3. Eustace kicks to Collison. Outside, Felton. Grant, right side, reverses, and Raymond Felton the bucket on the assist by Grant. And it's 9 points for Raymond Felton.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Back to Snell from outside the arc. Shot clock reset for the Bucks and stolen by Felton. Eustace passes to Grant. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Felton.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Snell dishes to Maker. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And if you're sensing a concern, best thing you can do is call timeout.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. You've got to get this game under control. I think he sees some adjustments he can make.
Both teams will make substitutions. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And George drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Middleton left side. And Monroe kicks to Middleton. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First one falls for him.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Middleton hits them both. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And George kicks to Westbrook. Here's Roberson. Great D that time from Middleton. Bucks trail by 3. Pass to Brogdon. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
It couldn't have come at a better time. With the score being as close as it is, he had to make that play.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Monroe with a screen on George. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Shoots from 12. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. The Thunder have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Patterson setting the pick for Westbrook. Adams with the screen on Antetokounmpo. The feed now to Patterson. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Well, we talk about not wasting any time. How about Patrick Patterson on the catch and shoot?
Screen by Monroe. Middleton on the wing. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Westbrook passes to Patterson. Kicks it to George. Adams dishes to George. And Robertson has it in the corner. No good on the triple.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Now Westbrook. Patterson, the screen. Adams with the screen on Brogdon. Here's Roberson. 6 to shoot. Here's George. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Middleton inside the 3-point line. And again, it's Milwaukee converted. Oklahoma City trailing. Outside Westbrook. From the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Took him no time at all on that one. 16 points for Chris Middleton.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Here's Brogdon. The dish now to Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
Well, defending him inside is never an easy job. A little reminder of that right there.
Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Roberson. dishes it to Westbrook. Stolen by Middleton. Teardrop shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Elbow. 2.
First free throw is good.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Middleton hits them both.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Adams with the screen on Brogdon. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Brogdon the pass to Parker. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. Outside Westbrook to the left side wing. Roberson, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
To the middle. It's stolen by Adams. And George, here we go.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second. And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
And he makes the first. And George drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Out to the wing. Here's Parker, and the Bucks miss again. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head, and as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Oklahoma City's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Passes it to Patterson. He feeds it to Robertson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Adams, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Parker. Tries again. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league.
To the paint, here's Middleton, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his third foul of the game. Thunder trailing by 5. outside Westbrook. Here's Adams. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. And Greg, with Giannis, the team is so much more dangerous with him on the floor offensively, and the numbers back it up.
Yeah, Giannis, one of the few difference makers who can impact the game on both ends. Causes a ton of turnovers with his D, but also can facilitate or carry a team with his offense.
The Thunder shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's Adams, stolen by Monroe. And here is Parker. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Over Parker. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Milwaukee leading by 5. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Brogdon inside the line, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Brogdon's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
On the free throw, no good. The Bucks shooting around 40% from the floor here. Middleton, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 5 assists in the game. George with the screen on Antetokounmpo. Robertson dishes to George. Feeds it to Westbrook. And he converts the layup. Westbrook's got 9 points now in just the second half.
The seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
Screen by Monroe. Patterson against Parker. Middleton left side. Plenty of space. And no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Robertson the pass to Westbrook. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I think you've got to stay down when guarding Russell Westbrook, because if he gets you in the air, the rest is easy.
First free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Hasn't Russell Westbrook matured into a spectacular leader? This is a guy his teammates look up to, and what a fearless competitor, guys.
And the second of 2 is good. That shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Monroe, no good. Oklahoma City shooting the ball at 42%. Here's George. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, Kev, you got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. George drops them both.
I mean, he's as close to automatic when he's up at that line, especially when the ball game's a close one.
Middleton with a screen for Brogdon. Antetokounmpo against George. But he recovers it. Buries it.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
And Roberson kicks to George. Pass to Westbrook. Unloads from 13. Milwaukee with the rebound and an intentional foul right there. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, very productive trip to the line that time, and they're sitting on a nice lead now. This guy is clutch. He's money. The game's in the balance. Russell Westbrook says it's my turn.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Guys, a critical time for them in this ball game.
You got to play mistake-free.
Here's Adams. Nails it. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, you can't do anything more defensively to stop Steven Adams. This guy is growing into a solid interior threat.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Unless it's an and one, a 2-pointer makes no sense. Unfortunately for them, the defense knows this too.
The baseline J. And the shot is long. And now we've got the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 7. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Grant. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
And so the Bucks take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but, you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.